Hello and welcome back to Doodling, the guy who can't draw. I'm Ed, the guy who can't draw. Uh, I am, for reference, again, and I probably will be for quite a while, doodling on a Huion GT133 13-inch drawing tablet with Krita, as you can see here, as my drawing program. I'm a little older, so I still call them programs. Some people may call them apps. Very much same difference. Today what I thought I'd do is go over what I refer to as balloon drawing. It's a technique I saw Peter Hahn use to help in a kind of an instructional that he did, but it really helped me figure out how to draw things that I wasn't necessarily good at drawing. So the way it works is first you would draw your circle here, right? And then you would come this way. And so what I'm going to do here is draw a dog. So we have that. And I'm going to go to another. So we have our circle here for our head. Get the neck that's going to come down here. I'm going to leave that darker one there the whole time so you can see it. Even though we're losing some of it there. Okay. And then, so if we're doing a dog, we're going to have a muzzle. I'm going to scratch all of this out. Okay, so we've got our muzzle here. And we've got his mouth that comes up that way. This comes here. Looks like he's kind of a happy guy. Right, so his bottom jaw comes there. Finish that here. And then from there, we're going to come up. Got his head. I'm going to take this out. I will bring it back periodically. Got his head features here. I scratch lines in. If you didn't watch my last video, I have nerve damage in my neck and back from my military service, and so I don't draw from my shoulder. I draw with my wrist. Now I need this again. So if we're looking at this dog, we're going to say that there's going to be a shoulder here, and then there's going to be where the hind legs start here. Okay, and so we've got this line. And then from this front shoulder, we know that a dog's shoulder would be, again, here, and then the leg would come down, and then there would be a joint here, and then it would come down again, and forward for the foot, right? And then off the back leg, we know dog's leg comes down this way, and then there's a joint, which is actually his knee. Then it comes down to here, which is where the heel of his foot is, and it comes down to here like this. So now we have kind of the shape of our dog. This is not going to be exactly proportioned, but follow with me here. From there, we're going to bring his leg up. Now, his chest is going to come down, and then we have, this is also part of his shoulder, right here. Okay? And then from there, it's going to come down to this point, and it's going to come back up from this point. And it might be a little sharp here, a little bit of an elbow, and then the foot comes out here, right? And then we continue with the chest that comes up into the abdomen and comes this way. Now, on a dog, if you look at them from the side, we can see that their knee comes out like this. And there's what would, if we were looking at like a human, this would be the hamstring. This comes this way. This comes down here. And we would come down this way, a bit sharply. And back up here to the heel. And then we're going to have to round this in a little bit. We come up to the dog's rump, or his butt, and then coming off of here, we would have his tail. And so we're going to give him kind of a shaggy tail. Our dog is a mutt. My dogs are not, but this dog is. Okay, and then we have the foot that comes out this way. Okay, this is just a way, and then our dog would have, and then our dog would have, say, an ear, right, and then he would have his other ear, and then we would have a line here to bisect for his eyes. He's kind of a suspicious dog, that's very watchful. This is messy. Okay. And then we have to take into account his back. So does it look like a bit of shoulder there, and then he can go on this way, right? And then what we have here is a dog. Now, of course, we can put his other foot back here where he's stepping forward. And then just shadow that in. And then his other leg maybe is this way. Right? And then because that's in the background, we're just going to shadow that. And now we have our shaggy dog. Who is kind of on alert for us and happy to be here, right? And that's good shadow in here also. For his mouth, we could add teeth if we wanted to. And a line here to signify that he's got big, powerful jaws. He's our dog, and then we can here and this and shadow this in. And so you can see how we go from that to that. And yes, this is dark, but you are watching a video titled Doodling with a Guy Who Can't Draw. So let's come down here, and we're going to hide our dog. We're going to layer. Let's see what else. Maybe another balloon. So we start our circle here. Mess that up. Okay. This one. And we're going to make a circle here. It's going to come down and come this way. Very, very similar. Not going to do the same thing though. And then we go back to this one and make a new layer. And then based on this, what we have right here, we're going to go, what if we say we want to make some sort of, I don't know, maybe we want a duck. I've never drawn a duck. So, whatever I come up with will be the first time I've ever drawn it. And I guess maybe my duck drawing would be partially influenced by Daffy Duck when I was a child. But let's say if we just want to sketch out this duck really. Alright, so I've got this kind of shape here. And then ducks have very small eyes, so there are eyes. Maybe this is a pigeon, some sort of bird. Okay, and so we're still working based off that balloon shape. Then we're going down this. And because birds generally have a body that does this, right? So maybe this is a pigeon. We're not proportional, clearly, but I can adjust it. But this is how I started learning. And right now I'm learning to draw whatever kind of bird this is. And then we would put our circle here because we're going to have some legs. What's this? No. Okay. Undo it. Bring the leg down here so we go this way. We're going to lose part of our leg off the page on this one. One of the legs. So here. And then our bird's head is going to kind of come this way, right? And then we're going to have a wing. Just going to keep going with this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this layer, which was our original balloon shape, and get rid of it. That way what I can do is with the layer I'm actually working on, I can make it small enough to keep with what we're doing, or what I'm doing here. Okay, so we've done that. That'll work for me. But we did lose our original balloon shape. I will just draw it back in on another layer here so that we can keep track of where it is. Is this here, right? Okay, this, I'm going to hide that for so we were just making our kind of bird shape here. Head does this, that over back, right? I'm in the wrong pencil. Wing, they started to bring in here. And this is how you draw a bird. You don't know how to draw a bird? I don't know how to draw a bird? This is the first time I've ever drawn this. Its tail and its butt. And it's really weird. But this is feathers, so the bird's butt is actually under here, I suppose. So he's not 100% facing us. These are feathers. And then we've got our legs. So here, a joint here, and then we're going to come down, foot. Circle that around. Surround. This one around, and here, and then this way. And then the other one, we're going to bring up, bring out to the knee. We're going to have it up, out, that way, that way, that way. This leg is going to be built this way, and we're just going to shadow that because it is in the background of our picture. This way. So, like I said, now we have this kind of crazy bird. Maybe it's not a perfect bird, but it's a good basis for if we're just starting. Okay. So let's say we want to play with another form. We'll hide that one for a moment. You know what this is? It's probably not. I hope it's not. Put that on the background? How did I do that? No, I didn't. It's residual. It's probably because I haven't turned my computer off. Okay, so let's go back to cannot draw. Let's try another. Let's say we want to do another balloon shape. But this time we're going to bring our balloon down this way. Okay? So, select this. Let's do it this way. Okay, so we're going to, and then let's say we're just going to mess with a shape here. Let's give me a hip here, and then a shoulder here. And then let's see, maybe if we take this and bring it up to a joint here, and now I'm just literally just playing with a shape. Another one here, and another one here, and then we'll go this way. Okay. This, and then let's take this to a joint here, and we'll do another joint here. Now I kind of have a simian posture. This way, again, we start with our balloon like this, and then we get to this. So we have a simian posture. We're going to get rid of this for a moment. So this back for a second because I slide. Okay, so then I'm gonna, it's kind of a simian posture, I guess. And we're gonna get that there. I'm gonna bisect this, and then let's make a face here, right? And so we might have a nose. It comes out to what we would see here, keeps over, and then, so this is very clearly a mouth, and our eyes, and it should be some big ears, so he's kind of monkey, I guess. And then we're going to down into down into the neck, and what we've got here is a shoulder. So we're going to take from our shoulder, and the way I like to do it, if I'm just scratching it out, I'm going to make the circle for the shoulder bigger, and it extends down off of this circle here. And then it gets bigger and comes down this way, right? And then I want to take a bicep and put it here. And then a tricep, in my opinion, is two pieces that do this. Okay. And then I like to do what Jim Lee calls the ham hock. So we've got this. We just connect it in. This is wrong. I don't like that. So that's okay. Don't know what I did there. What's that? And maybe this. So that's right. So now we've got some big strong arms, right? This that connects. Here's our elbow. And then as we're coming off of the back, we're down to our waist. We make this right here the rump. This is part of it. And then let's just see if we can here and then curl around into our thigh. Down, and then the calf muscle is going to come down that way, and then this is the foot. We would put toes here, right? Again, this is not a real monkey. This is just something that can open. And the chest is going to poke out here. You're going to see some of it back here, and then you're going to see where it connects here. Now, if you want to be gross, we could draw a penis. But we're not going to do that, and then we've got a hand that comes out here, and I'm terrible with this. Very, very bad with this. So let's just do a cheap hand, which would be this, to this, to this, and then we would have fingers, right, this, and we're just going to cheat. And we'll get a hand there. Right, so now we've got these really long, ridiculous arms and these legs that are not kind of, very ill-proportioned. And if we take my eraser and just start, I don't know why it's doing that. Just take out some of the stuff that doesn't need to be in there. Especially since we're doing this digitally. Makes it pretty easy to do. And then we've kind of got this sort of simian just kind of like that. Now we could go further and we can give him another arm that comes down here and then rests this way. Right? And that would be in the background, so naturally it would be smaller. And we've also got our ham hock here and that would cheat. Give him an elbow here. And then we're just going to shadow all that to signify that it is in the background. And then we would also do another foot, shin here, and more of the leg and butt there. And again, we would shadow that in. And because it's in the background, this line would probably this way. shadow all this in because it's back there. You might even take this and make the rump bigger if you wanted to. Right? And then you would shadow more of this over. That would also require so know that our rump is more proportional. But what the whole point of what I'm getting at is if you don't know how to doodle something, and again, I'm not a good artist. I'm not great at this. I do enjoy doing it. One of the things I enjoy doing is drawing. This would be a really good way to, if it's something you want to do or you're interested in, this would be a good way to get started. So sometimes when I want to draw something and I'm not necessarily sure, or if I want to create something, I will go this route with it and just use the balloon to show me how to get my shapes. And again, he's not a perfect simian, but hopefully it conveys what I was trying to do, and hopefully someone will have benefited from it. I'm going to blow this up now a little bit, and we're going to get, there's the monkey, and there's the balloon that goes with him, that. And there's our bird, and the balloon that goes with him. Get rid of that and that, and then last but not least, there is our balloon for our dog. No, that was the original balloon for our bird. And then there's the balloon for our dog, and our dog. So we had a balloon and a dog, so let's get rid of the balloons. We had a dog, we had a bird, and we had some sort of simian. Let's move our simian over here. And so that's how to do doodling with a guy who can't draw, how you can draw a dog. Maybe he's a little cartoony. He's our bird, which is kind of pigeon ducky, and then our simian guy thing here. For just quick doodles and just doing today's video, I'm happy with them. Of course, if you want them to be better, you go in and begin shadowing and shading and detailing and adding to and refining. And it's always a good idea to have reference material. If you have a picture of a dog that you can sit and look at, it makes it easier to draw a dog or this kind of crazy bird thing or a simian. But if you're just trying to play around and learn generalized shapes, this has been really good for me. So once again, thank you for joining me for Doodling with a Guy Who Can't Draw. Again, I'm Ed, the guy who can't draw, and I will see you again next week for Doodling with a Guy Who Can't Draw.